Catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Story Time. I am your host, Krista. I have the Ford family today, and I am so excited to be with you as we get ready with the Ford family. I just want to say to anybody out there who was watching the Final Four, I want to say congratulations to the Gamecocks in South Carolina. It was a heck of a ride. UConn won today. If anybody's watching the games, keeping up with basketball, but I just want to say somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. But it was an amazing, amazing journey. They made it all the way, and they were the runner-up for the whole tournament. So congratulations. I wanted to keep on my shirt. If you see my shirt, I have on my Final Four. It's the Gamecock colors, because of South Carolina. So I want to represent South Carolina, let you know that we are still rooting for you. We are still proud. We are very proud because you made it all the way to the championship game. And anybody who plays a sport knows that you have to give credit for that because that's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. So I just want to say congratulations. But now it's time for story time. It's time for story time. You know, I can let my head down. I'm finished rooting for the game. And now we can get busy. We can get busy and welcome our guests here today. So today, my. I have a family here today that I want you to meet, the Ford family. I had the pleasure of meeting this couple. So this is the beautiful thing because I had the pleasure of meeting them because we all got together last year. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's the whole family. It's a beautiful family. Let me just show you a sneak picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Beautiful family. Take a look at this. Beautiful family, right? A whole beautiful family. And I have the mother and the father here, and I have the CEO, Josiah, here today. And we don't have the rest of them, but they're going to tell you about their journey as a family. They're going to tell you about their journey as business owners and entrepreneurs. And I want it to be an inspiration. So take a few moments while you're here. Take a few moments and go ahead and let people know you're here. All right, go ahead and invite a few friends out. I want to give you time to go ahead and tell about 5 friends that you're here. Tell them that you're here on Story Time, all right? And then when they get here, just tell them to be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, all right? So tell them, come on over, and get ready to watch this, all right? And I'm going to bring them on. And I'm going to start off with the parents because nothing begins unless you start out with the mom and the dad. All right, so we're going to start with them first. And I think it would be the right thing to do maybe to start out with, I see y'all are together. Okay, so I'll bring y'all up together. I'll start out with the parents together. We've been doing some things in the background, y'all. We've been doing some things in the background. So I have you together. So Greg, I'm going to bring you up with your lovely wife. Are y'all ready? Here we go. Good evening. How are you?
Hello. Good evening.
Listen. I had to get it together because I was making those last minute changes, which I always enjoy doing, and just trying to get comfortable after that game because y'all are just finished doing the same thing, right? Y'all are there with your son in basketball. So how exciting was that? How exciting was that trip that you're on now to support your son in his basketball?
It was nice, you know. It's always good to get the wins under our belt, especially on a long trip, driving all that way. So seeing him perform at his best, it was great for me, especially somebody who played ball growing up.
Wow, that's good. Now I want you to do me a favor. If you see me and you see you, I want you to pull, if you're on a laptop, pull it forward so that y'all won't have as much headspace. Pull it forward so that y'all don't have as much headspace. And then that way y'all will be closer. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'll give you a moment to do it, to pull it forward.
Yeah. Let's see.
Is that better?
Yeah. There we
There
go.
we
There we
go.
go.
There we go.
There we go. So we can
Now
see
we up
him.
close and
So
personal.
yes, that's up close and personal. So first and foremost, I want you to introduce yourself, Greg, and I want you to introduce your lovely wife.
All right, everybody. My name is Gregory Ford. I am a nurse practitioner. You know, I've been blessed in my life to meet the love of my life, my best friend. This is my lovely wife, Norlishia Ford. She is the CEO of Pinky Promise Healthcare.
Wow.
And the woman who has birthed my children.
Mm.
Yes. So God is good all the time.
God is good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, good evening, Norlishia. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. What an introduction, huh?
What an introduction from your man, your husband, your friend, your
Yes.
business partner. How
All
long?
that.
How long has it been since you guys met? When did y'all meet?
Oh.
Long time ago. I want to say what it's been 16 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wow. And did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Wait. Did you see that look? Do that again. Do that again. Do that again. Did you see the look? Did you see the look? Do it again. Do it again. I got you on close. When they still look at you like that, you know you got it going on. When they still turn and give you that look, you know, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to have that kind of chemistry, you know. So tell the folks who have given up on love, given up on finding their person, giving up on relationship, because so many people got all these different type of, you know, situationships and relationships today. They don't want monogamy. Tell the people how beautiful it is when you find that one person. And I'm gonna let you start with that, Greg, as a man, because sometimes it's the men who never satisfied with one.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing. I want to say the best part is knowing that you have that person that's always going to have your back, that's always wants to see the best in you. Mm-hmm. I can't be out in these streets. There's nothing out there for me. When you find that one, you just settle down and put your pride to the side, your ego to the side, and just try to make them happy, because you know they're going to try to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And what do you have to add to that?
I think when you're looking for love, it's different. For me, when I met Greg, I wasn't looking for love.
Yes, you were.
I found it, but I actually wasn't looking for it. But I had people telling me I was going to find what I was looking for, because when I met my husband, I met him out the country. So I had no idea I was going to go to Korea and meet the guy that I was going to fall in love with, especially when it happened over a short period of time. Most people feel like, you have to, be dating someone for a long time. But when I saw him, I crushed on him from the first time I saw him. I was like, ooh, I got to meet this man. Ooh. And when I met him, we talked. We dated for 3 months. We were engaged at 6 months. We were married at 2 months.
Wow. I got to come back for that. I want you to look at the private chat for me, too. I want you to look at the private chat for me, Norlishia. And I got to come back for that. Ladies. Did y'all hear what she said? She said 3 months. She said 6 months. So that means that you don't have to settle. That means that it is truly possible. That is amazing. So that means that, and we're going to ask them about this. We want to know because I saw the chemistry. We were all on a cruise together. Many people were envious of their relationship because we could see how they gelled together. We saw it. So I want to ask you, how did you know? How did you know he was the one?
I think it was the way he approached me, which was different, because we both were in the military initially, and had a year assignment in Korea. And I was in the club and I saw him, and I just thought he was the most handsome man. Like, he just looked like a man to me. And I gave him that eye contact, and he was just smiling. Like, is she looking at me? And I wanted him to know, yeah, I'm looking at you, which normally I would, you kind of shy away, like, no, I'm not looking. But I'm like, no, I want you to know I'm looking at you. But he followed me out the club. It was the base club or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll tell a little different. But anyway, he followed me out the club. And what he said to me is what got my attention, because he said it wasn't like the typical, hey, let me holler at you for a minute. He just stopped me and said, excuse me, can I borrow a moment of your time? And I was like, okay.
You know, sometimes when you see a diamond, you got to approach it differently. Wow. So I knew, I said, oh, this is a grown woman right here. I got to approach her differently. So I said, and I didn't even think about it. The first thing I thought of was, I want to have a moment of her time so I could see how this thing gonna go. But she was not letting go of that eye contact. So I knew I had to say something or I was gonna miss out on my blessing.
So let me ask you something, and we're gonna get into the family. We're gonna get into that, but this is really good for a lot of ladies, you know. So it was okay for her to give you that signal and give you that eye and let you know, okay, yeah, I'm feeling you, I see you. But then she left the door open for you to then follow through and be the man and pursue her, correct?
Right. Because every man wants to feel like the woman is interested as well. Yeah. So everybody says the man's supposed to pursue the woman. Yes, the man pursues the woman. However, we want to know that you're interested. A lot of men are not pursuing women because they're afraid of failure. They're afraid of rejection. So if you give crack the door and let us know we're interested as well, that's when that man will approach.
So be a little bit more approachable, look a little bit more friendlier. And, you know, I had to find that out because I'm not always the most friendliest person coming from New York City, and I'm always a certain kind of way. So I do agree that is definitely something. So ladies, check yourself out, make sure. So you were in another country.
Yes.
Were both of you pursuing your medical career at that time?
Not at all.
We were both in the Air Force.
Wow.
And we both were stationed in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I was there before her.
Wow, go ahead and say that.
I was there before her. In Korea, where we were stationed, it's only a 1-year assignment. So I was there 6 months before she got there.
Mm-hmm.
I had to leave Korea for 3 months. So when I got there, we only had 3 months together. And in those 3 months when I left, I couldn't do anything but think about this woman. You know, we FaceTime. Well, back then it was Skyping. We Skyped each other every day for hours. We fall asleep on Skype, wake up, and for Christmas, I said, you know what? I want her in my life for the rest of my life. So I flew back out to Korea.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So it doesn't take long. It doesn't have to be 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, all that. A man knows when he knows, huh, Greg?
Correct. When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. Wow, that's amazing. So both of you have military background, and then you also have something else in common. Both of you are in the medical field. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes.
So how interesting was that when you found that out, that you had that common denominator?
Now, that happened a little different. So when we were in the military, I was an investigator for sexual harassment and discrimination. So the medical field was not on my radar at all. Greg was actually a radiology tech. And so how we actually got into the medical field was God's way of transitioning us into another avenue of life, which is interested in how that happened.
Wow.
So what happened is I got medically retired out the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided, hey, I'm going to just take general classes. The military is paying for school. And then once my wife got out the military, she got medically
separated a year later.
She came to me and was like, Greg, let's go to nursing school together. I was like, okay. So we've picked Jacksonville, Florida, out of all places. Didn't know nothing about it. Just uprooted our kids, moved to Jacksonville, Florida, because they had a BSN program.
Mm-hmm.
So went there to Jacksonville, Florida, enrolled at Chamberlain College of Nursing, and the rest is history.
So you had children already by this time. You already had children.
By the time we got out the military.
Yes. We already had a family. Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. So you already had a family.
Yeah.
And so I know that you when we fast forward, we're going to find out about the practice that you all have. And I want to find out, as you were raising your family, was it in the plan? Did you have a plan like, you know what, after we go through this process, through medical career, we want to start our own business? Was that in the plan, or how did that come about?
No, it wasn't in the plan. I'll let you take that away, because that was you.
How the business came about?
Yes, ma'am.
So after we graduated from nursing school, how we ended up here in Georgia and how our plan changed was my dad had to have a kidney transplant. And the hospital that I was working at, I was very successful in every program. I was, fast track promotion. And I just felt like I was still at a standstill with what I was doing there. I had accomplished everything I needed to accomplish. When my dad had to have a kidney transplant, I told my husband, you know what? I need to be closer to my family because they're getting older, and I need them to be able to reach me when they can. And I said, so I'm moving. You coming or you coming? Because I'm packing you up. I'm packing your mom and dad up, the kids. We all leaving, so you need to jump on board. And so we came here to Georgia. I started working at Emory University Hospital. My husband was I started as a travel nurse doing COVID only, because when we moved, it was right when COVID had began in 2020. And so I was doing, a travel nurse while my husband was pursuing his career or going to school to be a nurse practitioner. And so when he finished, I always said, because we started off going to nurse practitioner school together, but I said, you know what, I'm going to step away. We have a family. It's just a lot to kind of do all at once. I'm going to let you go to school and I'll just work and hold it down until you graduate. But when he finished, I kept saying, I'm going to pimp you out for them credentials. And that's exactly what I did. I said, I done held it down. I had to, separate myself from being a nurse practitioner, but I'm allowing you to do it. But I want my own something one day. And
so the way we came up with Pinky Promise is our son. So he plays AAU basketball. He also plays on his high school basketball team. So he had to get a sports physical. I found out last minute he needed a sports physical on Tuesday. This was Sunday.
Yeah.
And running around, finally found a place I could get him a sports physical on Monday evening, but it cost an arm and a leg. And they didn't really have that many appointments. And so thank God we was able to give him the sports physical. He tried out. The next night, my wife had a dream, and God came to her in a dream and told her, you should have a mobile healthcare business and call it Pinky Promise, because her and the kids always, whenever they promise something to each other, they were like, you pinky promise?
They always pinky
so
promise.
They pinky promise. And that's how the business just came to fruition.
Yeah.
It wasn't to where we was just like, oh, we want to have a healthcare business. That's the goal. It was put on her heart.
Yeah. Can't hear you.
Before we really go into it, I have a whole slideshow that kind of spells out the whole thing. So I think this is a good place to take a moment and show the slideshow, because I know that out of everybody, we have another guest here. We have another guest that has joined us, because you also have a CEO. I understand. I understand you also have a CEO. Now tell me about this CEO. Who is this?
This is our son, Josiah, who has his own.
You can tell how it came about.
His own practice. So how Calm But Tough came about. My son is a very Calm But Tough encompasses his whole personality. And so me and my son are close. He would come to the room, and his first year of ninth grade, he comes to me and he says, Mom, I was at school today and everybody was they was all on me with my outfit. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, well, what's so special about what you got on? Like, you just got on some tissues, some jeans, a t-shirt. And I said, well, Josiah, what do you call this style that you have? And he says, Mom, it's calm, but it's tough.
Uh-oh. Well, matter of fact, don't even tell me. I'm gonna let him tell me. Josiah, I think I see him knocking at the door. Are you there? Okay. Well, hello.
Oh,
Hello. Let me unmute you. How you doing? I got you. You're unmuted. Now you muted yourself back. Let me unmute you back. Okay. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Wow, listen to that voice. He got that bass in there. Ooh, okay. The CEO of Calm But. Is it Calm But Tough?
Mm-hmm.
So talk to us about that. Ninth grade, did she say?
Yes, ninth grade year, I came up to her and I told her my outfit was calm, but it was tough, you know?
Wow. So are you still in the ninth grade now, or what grade are you in now?
No, ma'am, I'm in the 10th grade.
Ninth grade. And how old was you?
I was 15.
15. So where did this idea come from? First of all, tell us a little bit about who is Josiah, a little bit about where you're from, and just a little bit about you before we go into that. I'm going to give you the floor, okay?
All right. My name is Josiah Ford. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, but I've been here in Georgia for a little minute, so I can say I'm kind of a little bit of both. I'm a basketball player. I play for AAU and my school team, New Manchester High School. Yeah, and that's
Wow.
really
Okay. So tell us, how did this come about? You got little sisters, big sisters, you have parents who have a business. Where did this come from for you to come up with an idea that you wanted to start a business?
uh I really wanted people to, I wanted people to be just like me in a way, because I know some people have quiet confidence. That's
Mm,
how I came with calm but tough, being seen in a room without saying anything.
mm-hmm. Wow. Being seen in the room without saying anything. So we got to show that again. Let me bring you back up there so you can show that again. I want to bring you back so we could do this. Wow, give me one moment. I'm gonna do this here like this. Tell us a little bit about how you came up with the idea. Did you draw it yourself? Did you go get somebody else to draw it? What was the vision when you did this? What was the vision? Just
Say it one more time.
tell us, what was the actual vision when you thought about the idea about coming up with a design? Did you design it yourself? Did you draw it yourself? And what thought process did you go through before you went to your mom with the whole idea? How did that whole thing go for you?
When I first thought of the idea, I thought of a panda because pandas are calm. They can be calm at times, but they can also be very vicious and protective. So I didn't draw it myself. I had people draw it for me, but I did come up with the idea of having a panda on my outfits. Hmm.
Mom and Dad, we're gonna bring you back so you could tell us about what was you thinking? What was you thinking when he came to you with the idea? What was your thought process when he came to you with this idea?
I thought he was just talking at first, saying, every day, hey pops, this right here, is calm, but it's tough. So, mom said, so what would it be? What would your design be? Like, what are you thinking about? And he said, we started looking at animals, and he came up with the panda, and I'm in the background. I'm like, okay, the panda sound good. And then mom reached out to Sean.
My nephew, who has a friend who does design. So this guy Sahad is so talented. Shout out to him. He got with us. We came up with some ideas. Him and Josiah went back and forth on what he thought it looked like, coming up with the logo, and it just kind of blossomed from there.
Okay. Well, Before we go any further, I'm going to let you take a look at this slideshow. I wanted to keep him from being in the green room too long. I didn't want him to think we forgot about him. I wanted to introduce him and let him come on up. I'm so proud of you, young man. And I heard you say you're a basketball player and you had a game today, and I understand you won the basketball game today.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that. What position you play?
I play small forward.
Okay. How many points you get today?
I got 9.
9 points. How about rebounds?
A good 10.
Okay, you almost had a double. Okay, here we go. Any assist?
Like 3.
Okay, you're an all-around player. All right. So, mom, dad, y'all thinking scholarship is on the way? Okay. How many years you been playing basketball?
4.
Wow, you've been playing for 4 years. So, college on the radar or what? What are we thinking? D1, D2?
I want to go D1, but a scholarship is the main objective right now.
Okay, what's the GPA? What's the GPA? Grade point average.
It looks like a 3.0.
Okay, but keep going, keep it in the 3 and try. You get closer to that 4, 3.5, and you good. You doing some extracurricular activity to show your leadership skills?
Not yet.
Okay, get some of those in there, and you in there. I know your parents got that covered. But let's look at this slideshow because, man, I'm so proud of you. So all around, good grades, business mindset, athlete. My goodness, I know y'all are overjoyed about him. I know you are. So we got this video here that we are going to show, and I'm just excited for y'all to learn about the Ford family. So take a moment and take a look at this for sure. Wow. I'm hearing something right now. I need to figure out what that is I'm hearing. Hold on a moment. Okay. I was like, what is that? Okay. What you hearing? I was hearing 2 different things going on.
It was 2 different sounds going on. I'm like, okay, well, where we at with it?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I caught it as I was listening. I said, there's 2 sounds going on. So the background music was playing. Okay, I apologize about that. I am going to pat myself on the hand for that one because I did that. So now, Greg, let me ask you this. How did it make you feel to have a son that has a vision at such a young age? What does it make you think right now? Most men, they want their sons to follow their footsteps and do what they need to do. I mean, you have a natural born leader. At 15 years old, he's creating a clothing line. I mean, how many designs he has? I mean, I know you've been helping him, but how did this make you feel?
It makes me feel very proud, very, very proud. Just to see my son wanting to be a positive role model in the community, it makes me very proud. He's not out running the streets. He's not being disrespectful to others. He's putting forth, he's building work ethic.
Wow.
And I love that. Mm-hmm. I can see his drive, and it makes me very proud, not only as a dad, but as a man and somebody watching this young man grow up to be someone who I believe is going to be a very positive influence for the next generation.
Now, Alicia, how about the babies? You have twin daughters also, and you have another daughter. Talk to me about how they look up to him with him doing this. How did it affect them?
It's good. Now the girls, most people think they're twins, but they're actually
2 years.
well, close to 2 years apart. And then my older daughter. So they they love what their brother is doing because not only did he start Calm But Tough, but he had a girl line also for his sisters that he dedicated to them called Calm But Tough Ish. And
Wow.
so with the female line, it was more like the female because he designed sweatsuits like hoodies, sweatsuit shirts and stuff. So he designed a female line for his sisters called Calm But Tough Ish that was more sweatsuits designed to fit women. So it wasn't like the baggy sweatsuits. It was the ones where the tops were more fitted and the pants were, more fitted for females and stuff. So they enjoyed being a part of that process too, and that he included them in that. That he was thinking about them when he started this brand.
And
Decide what you do. You watch Shark Tank on your spare time. What's going on? Where all this coming from?
Honestly, I just I just woke up one day and I just felt like I wanted people to wear my clothes. It wasn't all about like what other people are doing. It's about what I wanted to do at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So you're a natural born leader, like I said. So talk to me about how your peers received it when you went to school and they realized that you were actually selling the clothes. Are they supporting? Because sometimes support, one thing your parents probably can tell you is sometimes the support doesn't come from people you know. Sometimes support comes from strangers. So how is that working for you?
A lot of people walked up to me and some people really liked my brand. A lot of people really wanted me to do good and see me successful.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people bought my clothes and supported it and posted it on their page. It was really nice.
Yeah.
So what about adults? Did you think about us?
Of course, I thought about y'all. A lot of adults went on my page too, and they supported that too. I made sure I reposted them, and I wanted to say I'm thankful for their support.
So the Calm But Tough is the one that you have adult in. And I know, Lonisha, you're going to show us some of the stuff because I know. So you have your own setup. You do everything yourself. I mean, you have the whole setup. I understand, and I know Mom is going to show us a little bit later. My goodness, the whole setup. What part do you play?
I make sure the clothes look nice. I put the prints on the clothes. As you can see, I got something on right now.
So what's that one? Talk to me about that design that you're wearing.
This is my calm but tough set. I have the pants on right now, and I have the blue hoodie.
Oh, you got pants to match it too?
Yep.
Okay, we got to figure this out. How you could show us the whole thing? My goodness, we're gonna have to figure out a way for you to give us the story time cam or something. So we need to see the top and the bottom. So how much did the whole set go for?
The whole set goes for $60.
Okay, is that for the children, the adults, everybody's the same price?
Yes.
The men and the women.
Yes.
Okay, and what part does Mom and Dad play in your business?
They help me with the pricing and and the promoting.
Okay, okay. I know they do some great marketing for you. I've seen the Instagram, and Mom is making those reels and getting that out there now. Have you learned how to do the marketing and social media stuff too?
Yeah, I've been trying, but my mom does it best. I don't know
Yeah,
how
she
she
is
does it.
good. She definitely is good. Yeah, you got that thing on lock, Alicia. I have to say
Thank
that's
you.
a beautiful thing. So, are your sisters your models too? And you have another brother, right?
No, I only have three
Just
sisters.
three sisters. Did I see another boy in the picture? I thought I seen somebody else. Maybe that's somebody in
Oh,
the
that's
making. Maybe don't let me speak another child on y'all. Okay.
right. That's our future
Son-in-law.
son-in-law. Yes,
Wow.
possibly
So
future son-in-law.
wow. So how about a group photo with everybody wearing the gear? Have y'all done that yet?
No, not yet.
It's
That's
kind of
gonna be
hard
nice.
because our oldest daughter lives in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when she comes, She's very busy.
She's coming to get her hair done and to do everything she can in Atlanta and then get back to Tallahassee.
Okay. So Desire, and I'm coming back to y'all. But I'm trying to really give him his moment. But Desire, so what's the goal? Next year this time, what would you like to have accomplished?
I want to accomplish more sales. I really want to get more money during this business.
More sales. He said more sales. There you go, guys. There's the website right there. Calm but tough. Tell us how you came up with that name. How did you come up with that name, Calm but Tough?
It's basically what I say every day to explain everything. Everything I wear is calm, but it's tough. Every day I play basketball, I'm calm, but I'm tough.
Oh, he just smooth, ain't he? Where he get that from? I wonder. Where you get that from, Norlishia?
This man, they got that mouthpiece now.
He got it from his daddy. He got that honestly from his dad. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, what about the ladies? What about the young girls at the school? You're a basketball player. You're a business owner. Talk to us about how that is going for you. Are they kind of getting closer to you and trying to get around you because of your success?
Yeah, they're trying, but I'm not really focused on that. I'm focused on the main goals right now. I can get back to that later.
Okay, so I'm sure mom and dad, they prepared you for that. They told you what's going to happen, right?
Of course.
Okay. So it sounds like you have your head on straight, and that's good. That's going to help you to keep the grades. That's going to help you to keep them out your pockets because, sometimes they see dollar signs, And so I'm very proud of you for doing that, And I'm just really proud. I'm going to look into purchasing a sweatsuit. Now you have t-shirts and it's getting ready to get warm. So maybe I don't need a sweatsuit right now. Maybe I'll do a t-shirt. So I'm going to visit the website. I'm going to make sure I definitely do get one, and I'm going to advertise it on the show and definitely do that for you. So keep up the great work. Anything you want the people to know about your company and why you do what you do? You said something earlier about you said something. How did you say it? You said about being quiet. You used the word quiet. You said, what was it?
Quiet confidence.
Quiet, confident. So is this for the shy child or what? Who's the potential customer? Which type of teenager would you say?
It's for the teenagers that just want to show themselves out, but be calm while they're doing it.
Okay.
They wanna have people look at them, but they don't want to show it off too much.
And they don't have to be the center of attraction like a lot of people try too hard. So I love that. I love that because what that says is that you're okay with being your own self. That tells me that you're okay. Wow, today that was on Do Not Disturb. I don't know how that happened, but okay. You definitely have set a great mark because there are a lot of people who quietly suffer. There are a lot of people who quietly go through depression. They quietly go through some things. So what you've created could save lives. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, because what you're doing is actually going to give someone the confidence to be themselves. A lot of times people try to fit in with the crowd. I mean, do y'all agree? So what he's doing is giving people the ability to stand out on their own, be themselves, be their unique, authentic self, and not worry about what everybody else is doing. They don't have to worry about it. You've created your own brand, and now you might be able to teach somebody else how to create their own brand. Have you thought about that?
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, I'm just so proud of you. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna come back to you. I just want to talk to you about a little bit more. But the last question I have for you before I go to your parents is, how much of an inspiration have your parents been with seeing them in the military, seeing them with their medical career? Talk to us about how much of an impact they had on you being the person you are.
They had a big impact on me. I've seen from the highs to the lows. I've seen everything. So it really inspired me to be the best person I can be.
Excellent. And that goes with when you do decide to get in a relationship, you probably are seeing a great example of that too, correct?
Of course, yes, yes, ma'am.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I want to thank you so much for just stopping by and sharing what you have. Again, I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to get some of your clothing and to show it off and to help you get those sales you're trying to get for sure.
All right,
Definitely.
thank you,
You
thank
know,
you.
I definitely do appreciate that. So now, man, let's talk about Pinky Promise. Pinky Promise. So take me back to that day. Nolisha, you said when this happened with your dad that you wanted to go ahead and do this. You said that it was in the plan, something had to happen. But take me to the day when it happened, when it started to manifest itself. How did that happen?
So it actually happened in a dream. Greg was finished with MP school, and I woke up and I told my husband, I said, Greg, I have an idea. God placed this in my heart to provide some mobile healthcare services to our community. I said, but the name is going to be Pinky Promise. And when I heard the name, I'm like, Lord, really, Pinky Promise? That really didn't really register to me. I was like, well, people take us serious if they hear the name Pinky Promise. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be named Pinky Promise. And basically it was my way of saying, you know, when I talk to my girls or my kids, and every time I want to promise I'm going to do something, we always do a Pinky Promise. And so with Pinky Promise is our way of saying that we're going to promise to provide quality service that not only you need, but you deserve. Everyone deserves good medical health care. It shouldn't have to be where if you don't have the funding for it, or if you don't have the ability to get to a doctor's appointment, that you can't get good medical service. I know me and my husband are very passionate about what we do in the medical field. So, like you said, when it happened with my son with getting a physical, we decided we were going to provide these services mobily. We were going to come to you. So what we do is we do sports physicals, but we go to the schools. So as a parent, sometimes you're working, you're busy, you can't get to the appointments. The kids tell you at the last minute, like our son does with everything, I need this now, like yesterday. And so we go to the high schools. We provide sports physicals for all the athletic students. But the thing that we still have to do to show our passion for what we do is any athlete that makes honor roll, we provide the services for free.
Wow.
So that's the difference in what Pinky Promise provides for our community. We'll come to you, we'll provide the service, but these athletes that are doing well, you know how hard they work and they're doing, keeping their grades up and they're, doing sports activities. We're going to actually allow you to pay for our services with your report card. So.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Greg, my. What did you think when she came to you with that one? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Paying for the athletes, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great idea because a lot of, especially nowadays, when I was growing up in school, we had basketball practice that day and that was it. Now kids have to go to practice, they go to training, they have to get their schoolwork done,
Right.
make good grades. So I felt like that was a great idea because if they're able to do all of this practice, all this training, still do, some kids like mine still have chores at home, and make good grades, honor roll students. I think it's
they deserve it.
It's amazing. So they deserve to be able to pay with their report card.
Yeah. I like that.
How are the neighbors and the communities receiving this? I mean, what are they saying to you guys when they hear what you're doing?
They're very supportive. As Josiah was saying, even with his brand, with Pinky Promise, I was very nervous about starting out because, as an entrepreneur, once you step out there and say you're doing something, the onus is on you. Every responsibility is on you. And so I was fearful of that. And finally, God said, no, this is the time, because I kept putting it off and putting it off. Greg actually surprised me with getting my business back in October of last year. So I told him about my vision, what I wanted to do, but I would never take that next step. So one day he came home He had already got it registered, the business registered, and it had been the LLC was created for Georgia, saying that we can practice in Georgia. He came home, actually, grab that right quick. I was sleeping. I had worked a night shift, and he woke me up, and I was like, oh, Greg, you know, I'm tired. And he's like, don't ruin the moment. I got something for you. And I'm like, what? And he says, and he presented me with this in a gold frame where he had got Pinky Promise.
Wow. Let's look at that. Oh my goodness. Greg, you the man. You know you smooth, but boy, you smooth. So talk to me about that first it's not a customer, patient, I guess it's the first patient. How did that go? How did you get your first patient?
So we also do weight loss management. We and our first patient for weight loss management, it was surprising because we was just stepping out there. Hey, we do sports physical, school physicals, weight loss, men's health. We're about to start doing telehealth. And the first time I'll call him a patient. A patient came to us and said, you know what? I love what y'all doing. I want to be your first patient. I was excited and fearful at the same time because, you know, the first patient that you have, you want to do everything perfect and get it right because word of mouth, especially nowadays,
can make or break you.
It can make or break you. So from that first patient, got 7 more patients. And the business, it took off. And when I say took off, it's because we didn't, other people may not, but hey, other people may not think, oh, it's as high as it needs to be. It's as high as God wants it to be right now. Yeah. So, and it's doing better than we expected. Yeah. So,
wow. So tell the people how they can reach out to you. Right now, you said you do weight loss too. Talk to us about that because we didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah, so we do, everybody's on the Ozempic. So we do the semaglutide injections. Ours are compounds. So we also have ours included with L-carnitine. And so what we do is we have people, they do like a medical history to make sure they qualify for it. The one things that we do here at Pinky Promise is we always start low and we will progress you up because we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way and that people are doing it the safe way. So we do that. We monitor your injections. We actually come to you. We show you how to do it or we'll do it for you. Right now we travel we do service all of Georgia, but most of our clients right now are in Douglasville and Columbus, Georgia. So we go to Columbus, Georgia. We got about 4 clients there. And what we can do is we can guarantee it's going to be done safe. It's going to be effective. And we're going to guarantee results because that's what people want. We guarantee results. And how we guaranteed it is because before we started providing these services to other people, my husband and I did it ourselves because we don't ever want to do anything to anybody else that we wouldn't actually do to ourselves. And so we started doing that and people were noticing something was going on. They're like, oh, Norlishia, I see you're losing weight. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I'll be in the gym because I couldn't tell them yet. I wanted to make sure it worked first before I explained what was really going on. But once I realized the health benefits and that they were actually guaranteed results, that's when we started putting it out there for other people.
So this is a mobile, it's just like like one of those trucks you see to go out there. It's a mobile device. You have a mobile truck that goes around and you have your logo on it and people can get in and have services right there on the spot. Can they call you and request you to come?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
678-230-4555.
Wow, a mobile van. Is it a van or is it a truck or what do you call it? A mobile, what do you call it?
We just provide mobile services.
Services.
Right.
So the mobile services in any particular city in Georgia?
Yes, all of Georgia.
All of Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is the goal to have more vans or more trucks eventually?
Yes. I think the biggest goal is
Telehealth.
telehealth.
Yeah.
Right now, because so many people, like for example, I scheduled an appointment for my son to go see the doctor to get a referral. They're already 3 months out.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is to shorten that wait time, shorten the time that you have to schedule an appointment, and be that intermediate service that in case, say you run out of your acid reflux medication, you can't get into the hospital, get into
Mm-hmm.
your primary care provider,
Or you have a UTI.
or you have a
And
UTI.
you don't want to wait in
Mm-hmm.
the emergency room
Right.
forever for antibiotics.
We're that in between person.
And they don't have to have a referral or talk to us about form of payment. We know that you're doing something for the athletes in the form of their report card, and how well they do. But what kind of insurance do you take otherwise?
Right now, we don't take insurance. However, there are several different ways to pay because we're self-pay until we start doing telehealth. Once we
Okay.
start doing the telehealth, which I believe we'll probably start within the next 3 months, we're going to take Medicaid, Medicare, TRICARE, and what is it, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So
So that's amazing. So right now, it's called Pinky Promise Healthcare, and they provide mobile services, and the number 678-230-4555.
yes.
Mobile services, and if you call that number and you're in Georgia, they can help you. They're registered nurses. Both of you are registered nurses.
I'm a registered nurse. He's an actual nurse practitioner.
So with that being said, they don't have any concerns because you're already in the field. So
Right.
was this
And
an easy thing? I'll let you go ahead.
also, right now, we're in all of Georgia, but within the next 3 months, we'll also be in Florida and North Carolina.
North Carolina, what part?
All of North Carolina. We'll be able to do the telehealth there, and we'll explain that once it starts up running.
I was getting ready to ask you, explain telehealth. That was my next question. Like,
Okay.
so I'm thinking you call up and you get advice over the telephone?
You do that. So there's different ways we're going to end up doing. We're going to have our website up. You could go
Okay.
in there. You could book an appointment. We could either do FaceTime,
Okay.
or a telephone consult.
Okay.
Depending on what it is. Say, for example, say you have somebody wanted to get STD testing,
Mm-hmm.
right? They wanted medication for STDs. So what we would do, on our telehealth visit, I would talk to you over the phone,
Do
do an
an assessment.
assessment,
Mm-hmm.
have you go take the test, and then after you take the test, I will send medication to your pharmacy.
for you to pick it up.
Wow. Wow. Does this make room for job opportunities for others as you expand?
Yes.
It does. Yes.
So with that being the case, would you like to let the people know what you will be looking for? What type of positions you'll be looking to fill? Do they have to be registered nurses, or what does their credentials need to look like?
Well, we would like to get other nurses on board, or medical techs, what they call MA, so medical assistants. Phlebotomist, somebody that can take labs for us will be awesome, because if anyone needs blood work prior to getting their labs and stuff done, then we want everything to be like a one-stop shop for individuals who don't want to have to wait a long time. That's the whole idea of the mobile health and teleservices, is being able to say, you know what, I know what's going on with me, but do I really got to go sit in the ER for 8-9 hours? Because they're going to triage you. And if you're not a stroke or a heart attack or something, where it's life threatening, you're going to wait in the ER. And a lot of people just don't have the time or patience for that, but you still need the services. And so, if we can get more people on board that are medical personnel or nurses that are certified, compassionate about what they're doing, then we can help our community maintain better health, because that's the main goal, is making sure a lot of people are not healthy because they don't like those wait times. They don't like the fact that they can't get there. And so they go long periods of time without any type of medical treatment.
We're also going to need somebody who's good with advertising,
Yes.
promoting, to have a
Oh,
booth. We'll have someone who's good with IT.
Yeah.
Yes, this is going to be. I foresee this being a well, not a corporation, but this is going to be big time.
Yeah.
okay. I'm excited for you
God
guys.
told
I'm
us.
excited.
Yes.
So with that, is that like 2026, or when do you see this coming to fruition?
Realistically, I say 27.
Okay.
My hope would be the middle of 26.
Okay.
However, God told me patience.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to put it out there anyway. So if you are interested in a job, call 673-230-4555 and specify your experience and the state you are interested in working. As they are planning for the future, they'll put you in the pool. They'll put you in there. They'll get your information. And then that way they can follow up. Is that correct?
Yes, it's 678.
It's 678. Okay, let me fix that. 678. Let's make sure we get that in there. 678. And so we'll make sure we put that back up there with 678. So, man, this is so cool because y'all are doing it together.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not like he said to you, Norlishia, well, I want to do this. You know what I mean? It's like he bought into your idea. You know what I'm saying? Now, Greg, if you wouldn't have been in the medical field, would you have been still going along with this the way you are? Or you think it has to do that y'all both have the same passion anyway?
I would have still done it because Norlishia, she's selfless. She supported me for all of these years and everything that I wanted to do. It's my turn to be her support. So if whatever she wants to do, she puts her mind to, because I already know it's one thing to support somebody who, they have an idea, but they don't follow through with the idea. But when you know you have somebody who has an idea, they're driven, and they're going to put in the work, it's easy to support.
Yes.
This woman goes above and beyond. She's a hard worker. This night baby, it's time to go to sleep. And she was like, hold on, I got to finish this up. So.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's 678-230-4555?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I got that. I'm gonna make sure I get that up there right so we can show that. Man, that's good. And man, I'm just excited. So telehealth, successful. You have another daughter, I believe, that is actually also pursuing a career in nursing too, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about that. And where did that come from? I guess she hears the stories. Obviously, you guys love what you do, and it must have shown.
Yes, it does. Her story kind of started off where she took a different path initially, but then she realized, you know what, I need to listen to my mom and dad, and I think what they're doing is awesome, and I want to jump on board. She's always been very smart. Initially wanted to be a veterinarian, and then decided, you know what, maybe I will do the nursing. She started seeing what we were doing, the travel nursing, the hours that we work, the lives that we were changing, and she fell in love with what she saw, and she made that transition, and we were happy to push her on that way. We was like, come on, let's get you back on this track. So yes, she's in Tallahassee, Florida right now. She's at FAMU, and so she has about 2 years left in her nursing program.
Wow, that's amazing. And so the babies, what we have left are the two beautiful babies that y'all have. Talk to me about the two. They look like twins to me, but you said they're not twins. They're beautiful. I thought they were twins for sure. Talk to me about those two.
So they are doing amazing. Both already know what they want to be when they grow up.
What's that? What they want to be?
One told me she wants to be an anesthesiologist.
Oh,
the
wow.
other one wants to be a nurse, then become a nurse anesthetist.
Yeah.
Right
Wow.
now, one of them is a straight A student, and the other one is 5 A's, 1 B students. She's trying to get, and I love because they're in competition for greatness.
Yes.
They both want to be great. So when the one who gets the 1 B, the one who gets the straight A's says, Tiana, you want me to help you with that? Because they're in competition, they both want to do it, and they remind us every day of why we work so hard.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's for them. So
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love it.
And Josiah, even though he's an athlete and entrepreneur, he wants to be a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his goal
Yes.
for going to getting his scholarship for college so that he can go to dental school.
Wow, Josiah, I know that I gave you a break. If you're back, let me know. You can put your camera on and I'll bring you back if you're back there, because I wanted to give you a break to do whatever you want to do. So you would like to be a dentist. Okay, let's talk about that. Josiah wants to be a dentist, and we'll bring you back up, to be ready, because I'm going to bring you back up in just a second, okay? A dentist. So did that come from you seeing your parents and their work ethics in the field, so to speak?
Not specifically. One day, well, before I wanted to be a dentist, I wanted to be a cardiologist. And then I took a healthcare class last semester, and I saw everything that they were doing, and how dentists make a lot of money, and how much time and school you have to take to be a dentist. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to pursue the rest of my life. And, you know,
What's impressive about that is that you're an athlete. A lot of time athletes only focus on the sport.
Mm-hmm.
So he already has a game plan. He already has a plan A and a plan B. He already thinking about the whole picture. So that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really, really cool. So I thank you for that. That's special, you know. Now, let me ask you this, Josiah. What type of friends do you hang around?
I hang around. I don't really hang around that many people, but the people that I do hang around are mostly my basketball teammates and some people in my class. You know, people that have the same ideas as me, have that same drive as me.
Only positive people, it sounds
Yeah,
like. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I want to hear. How important is that?
it's very important because if you hang around the wrong people, you might turn into those other people.
If there is a young adult watching this and they have ideas and dreams, what would you say to them?
I would say support comes a lot into that. But if you want to do something, you have to be 100% into it. Like you have to keep doing it until you can't do it anymore. You have to actually really want to do it.
And was it always easy?
Can you say that one more time?
Was it always easy, or were there challenges?
Uh, there were a lot of challenges. It wasn't always easy. There's always roadblocks and people trying to knock you down, but you just gotta keep doing you. Do what you want to do.
And have you done anything to take like any classes or workshops?
Yeah. Next semester or next school year, I'm going to be taking a business class so I can learn how to like do more stuff to help my business become more successful. Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Trail. I'm a crybaby, Crystal, so I'm sorry. I'm proud.
Sorry, you're on mute.
I am so proud, Trell. I know you're proud of him. I know you're proud. I know you're proud for sure. I'm so glad that I got to meet them, and I'm sure your uncle is an inspiration to you too, Josiah,
Yes, yes, yes.
because he's an entrepreneur. He's a person that's doing many things. Greg, I'm sure your brother was an inspiration to you.
Yes.
He say he the big
I'm
brother.
the big
Vice
brother.
Well, no, I know you're the big
No,
brother.
but he is.
But
My brother has surprised me and impressed me in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
I am super, super proud of my brother, the work he's put in, the level-headedness that he has displayed. He's an amazing man, and I'm super proud of him. He inspires me to keep going and doing my thing, and vice versa. There's not a better brother.
yeah,
Mhm.
your family is amazing. Period. Period. You know. Well, listen, I won't keep y'all too long. I think that we talked about a lot of things. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would like the people to know about your family or your business endeavors?
No, just know, be I like that. Iron sharpens iron. Having a very positive support system, family, morals, and values is very key. And like my son said, if you put 100% into what you're doing, don't ever let anybody tell you, "Oh, that's not going to work," or "You should wait to do this." If this is something that you want to do and you're led to do, and you put 100% into it, you can do it.
Yes, that's true.
And that's powerful coming from him. Y'all didn't tell him that?
No, we didn't. I was
why
actually surprised.
I got a little
when he said
emotional
it.
looking at him because hearing him speak, because I'm like, this is a first for him. So hearing you asked him that questions and hearing him answer it makes us feel proud. Like, wow, you want that confirmation that you're doing something right and that your kid gets it, because what we do is for our family. And he said something very important as well, where he said, support is the foundation with to success. We have excellent family support. You mentioned earlier in the show where you said that sometimes your biggest supporters are strangers, but for us, our biggest supporters have been our family. They really have gone above and beyond. Through nursing school, our in-laws was there watching our kids for 3 years. When Josiah got his brand, his uncle bought his clothing line. My family brought the clothing line. For Pinky Promise, my sister and her husband came on board as silent contributors to make sure that we had everything that we needed to push our business forward. So just all around, our family has been amazing, and this is why we keep moving forward, and we're doing it for them. We want to make them proud.
Oh yes.
Wow. For those who might be tuning in who have a family, they have a dream, they don't have support from their family, what would you say to them? Would you encourage them to keep going, to still pursue their dreams? Or maybe absolutely. They don't have a supportive spouse.
Well, I still think it's important to follow your dreams, especially if it's something that has been laid on your heart that you feel like is really going to make a difference. Don't allow anyone to, put them roadblocks that put you at a standstill. Just keep moving forward. And it may be a little bit more difficult, but sometimes it's all about timing. And it'll happen for you when it's meant to happen, because what's for you is for you.
Right.
And nobody can take that from you.
What is the biggest lesson that you guys have learned? I'll let each one of you answer, because I know you are working together, but you're also individual. What is the biggest lesson that you have learned in this process? Greg, I'll let you go first.
My biggest lesson that I have learned is to listen. Everyone has their own idea of how things should go, or they want to see it go. But when you are working with not just family, but any form of business partner or business, it's always good to listen, because everybody has something that you can use. So that's the biggest thing I've learned, to listen and patience.
How about you,
Were you finished?
Yeah.
So the biggest thing for me, the biggest lesson I've learned is patience. Because I'm so focused on wanting to be successful and wanting it now. I want it to be successful now, but it does take time. And sometimes, you have to step back, humble yourself, not put yourself in a position where you're looking at what's happening around you and thinking you're supposed to be at a place that God says that's not your time yet, but you'll get there. And so my biggest lesson is just learning to be patient.
And
Wow.
one thing I just wanted to say, um, my wife said this a while ago. Um, People will say, I'm trying to reach my goal, but I keep having setbacks. I keep having to go back and redo this or redo that. However, when she said, I started looking at it like the only reason we're having these setbacks is because God is preparing us for the success that we're about to have.
That's
Because
fair.
where some people get success too fast, they don't know how to
Hold
receive
on
it
to
or
it.
hold on to it. But
Wow.
we're going through and learning. So when we do get that success, we are prepared for it.
Wow. Josiah, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
I learned that with everything you do, do it in the glory of God. God will lead you to anything that you want to do. He'll help you out with anything that you want.
Wow. Now, let me ask you something. Did they tell you to say that?
No, they did not tell me to say that.
So you have your own personal relationship with the man upstairs.
Of course, yes.
So you've seen him come through for you in ways for yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's so powerful. What's the biggest hurdle that you've had to climb over in this business endeavor?
Uh, there was 1 month where I went with no sales at all. And then there was another month, 2 months after that, I was having the most sales I could have. So,
Wow. So was it the response to a prayer maybe?
yes, I pray every single day.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where the tissue at? Where the tissue at? I know you had some. Where they at? Where they...
One thing about it, we did not tell him to say that. However, I was surprised one day. Josiah posts on his Instagram a scripture every single day.
If you go to his Instagram,
If you go to his Instagram, you'll see a scripture every day.
Every day.
And I didn't know that until I started following him.
Wow.
I was like, what? And it's not
It's not for show.
It's not for show. He really lives that. And that's another reason why I said I'm so proud of this young man.
And I know your grandparents, your uncle, everybody is, and I'm proud. Like my, that's amazing. And I have to say to your mom and dad, like you've done such an amazing job. I mean, like to hear him, you know, it's obvious that y'all are setting a great example. So kudos to you guys on everything that you do. You're the perfect couple. Like when everybody saw you guys on the cruise, they just loved you guys. I mean, you have personality, you have a good time, you have your family, you have your business. Man, I mean, it's just wonderful to hear from you guys. That's why I said to people they would be inspired by this episode. So when they come back and do this replay, I know they're going to be inspired. Josiah, my goodness, keep doing what you're doing. You are going to soar like the eagles. There's an old saying, and I asked you about your friends because I wanted to make sure, but you answered it correctly. But there's an old saying that my bishop used to say, you can't fly with the eagles pecking with the chickens.
Ooh,
And
I like that.
you are obviously hanging around with some eagles, listening to you. So you just keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused because I can see that you're very focused. I can see that you're very intentional. I'm only expecting great things from you. And I cannot wait to see what you have going for you by the time you finish high school. Oh my goodness. I'm storefront, maybe. I don't know if y'all want a storefront because nowadays, that's another overhead. I mean, you have your own business set up. I know you showed it to me. We didn't get to look at it here, but you have the whole setup. I asked you what you did because I wanted to know, are you screen printing yourself? Are you packaging? I mean, or who's doing that part of it?
Me and my dad.
Anything you want to say to your parents publicly? Because a lot of times people don't get to give their flowers to their parents, just like they were proud of you. Anything you want to tell them?
I want to say thank you for everything y'all done for me, supporting me in everything I do. I want to tell y'all that I love y'all so much.
That's
Love you too, man.
We love you too.
you know, and I know that he said that. Well, listen, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go because I know y'all have had a long day. I know y'all are not home yet. Are you back home?
We just got home, 5-hour drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Memphis,
And like,
Tennessee.
wow. And like Trell said, blessed beyond measure. All of you guys are. I mean, it is so. Y'all are not, I mean, before all that controversy, a lot of people used to think of the Cosby family, it's a good family, but y'all definitely, I know people who know you in your city, I know that they're envious of you guys. I know they are because you epitomize the perfect family, with the career, with the family, the spiritual side, anything, everything you can think of. So, I mean, man, salute to you guys. I thank y'all for your time. Any closing comments from either one of you that you'd like to make? I'll let each one of you make a closing comment. I'll give you the floor first, Josiah, and then I'll take it to your parents.
Just want everybody to know that you got to be you. Be yourself.
Just that simple. Calm but tough. Short, concise, and sweet. It's just that simple, man. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. A man, a few words. Listen, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, he just, he said, that's it. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Wow.
Well, I just want to say, Crystal, thank you for having our family. We are very humble. You are the definition of God's perfect timing. The fact that we met when we met, and to have you invite my family on just to share our story with the world. We are so grateful and so thankful for that. So thank you. This didn't happen by coincidence. Like I said, Pinky Promise had been open since October, but we didn't start doing anything until February. You reached out immediately between February and April. The amount of exposure and business that we've gotten has kind of just taken off, and I want to say thank you because you're a part of that as well. So, and
I want to say to everyone watching, check out calmbuttough.org, Pinky Promise Healthcare, 678-230-4555, and make sure you subscribe, like, and everything, share Story Time with Shout Crystal.
All right. I love it. Thanks for the plug. Listen, it's been amazing.
Excellent.
It's been a joy. I look forward to seeing y'all. Trell is celebrating his 40th, so we are working on getting that 40th set up. That's coming up. We're getting that set up, definitely. Hey. So, guys, listen, make sure y'all come back next time. We have some good ones set up for y'all this whole month. Some amazing stories, man. I can't even begin to tell you the people. All I can say is just scroll through the channel, look at the titles of the stories. You might find something. Josiah, I'm going to clip out a lot of yours because you're probably one of the first teenage entrepreneurs. I did have I think a 9-year-old, but I haven't had a teenager. So I'm excited to be able to highlight you as a teenage entrepreneur, a CEO, so that's going to be kind of cool. So I'm definitely going to clip that out. That's why I kept giving you the solo camera, guys. And we'll be in touch. We'll see y'all soon. You've been watching Story Time. Stay on until the end so we are able to do the clipping that we do when we do the splicing and everything, okay? Thank y'all. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe. And once again, go to their channel. Tell them how they can find them on Instagram.
Make sure to go to Calm But Tough on Instagram.
Calm But Tough. Spell it out.
CALMBUTTUFF. Okay,
Calm But Tough. And how can they follow you guys? Do y'all have a Pinky Promise page yet?
We do. We have a Pinky Promise Healthcare on Instagram. We also have Pinky Promise Healthcare if you need to send us an email. And then hopefully in the next few months, we'll have the telehealth set up virtual so you can actually go online and make appointments.
And there you have it, guys. You've been listening to Story Time. See you next time on Story Time. My name is Crystal Bodie Smith. I'm the Hope Catalyst. The mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. And we'll see you next time on Story Time. Have an amazing night. Hold tight. We'll see y'all soon. All right. One moment.
catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.